Good evening. I'd like to call the Town of Cedar Lake Plan Commission public hearing of February 21st, 2024 to order. Please stand and pledge allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Here.
Mr. Parker?
Here.
Mr. Carnahan?
Here.
Mr. Hundley?
Here.
Ms. Dessauer? Present. Mr. Wilkie?
Here.
Mr. Pecora?
Present.
Mr. Oliphant?
Here.
Mr. Deutmeyer?
Here.
Ms. Abernathy? Present. Ms. Hayduke is present.
Okay, minutes, January 3rd, 2024, special public meeting, and January 3rd, 2024, work session. These have been distributed. If there's not any questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
I'll second it. Motion by Mr. Parker, seconded by Mr. Becker. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Hundley?
Yes.
Ms. Dessauer? Yes. Mr. Wilkie?
Yes.
Mr. Pecora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Number one, Torok, final plat, owner petitioner Andrea and Anita Torok, 1360 North Sandburg Terrace Apartments, 1202, Chicago, Illinois, 60610. Vicinity 8510 West 146th Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Petitioner is requesting a final plat for a one-lot subdivision. Name and address, please.
Pardon?
Name and address
sorry.
for the last time.
For the last time, Andrea Torok,
Yeah.
1360 North Sandburg Terrace, Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, good. You've repeated your story many times
I know.
before us, and at the work session, everything
Correct.
was in order. Nobody had any questions or comments. I'll run through them once more. Don, do you have anything on this?
We issued a letter on the 13th of February stating our recommendation for approval and restating our contingencies that were on the preliminary plat for waivers of stormwater detention, park dedication, tree placement, and sidewalks. Other than that, we're good.
Okay, your letter was the 13th?
Yes.
Okay, building department, anything?
No comments. Our one comment for the address to be updated has been addressed and corrected, so no problems with that.
Any discussion from the commissioners?
I had two questions.
Okay,
Don, the picture that we're looking at that's not highlighted, all the yellow lines in the future on the GIS will be all cleaned up because the adjacent property to the north is a one-lot subdivision. All those little pieces of property and lots, that'll all be cleaned up on the GIS?
Yes, that's going to be, I think, cleaned up as part of this plat, and also when the Pinecrest Marina plat to the south gets final plat.
But all those
as well.
little slivers to the north will all be cleaned up also?
To a extent. Some of that old Monon Railroad,
Right.
This guy,
Yeah,
he will be kind of chopped up when this guy final plats.
okay, I got it.
So, yes and no.
Okay. So, nothing that they're doing here. Is the seawall being worked on? Is that done?
The seawall on the property that we bought
Your
has
side.
been replaced,
Okay,
and the adjacent property line, that's Pinecrest Marina,
right,
that seawall has also been replaced
okay,
from the lake all the way down past the road.
okay,
And it's
great,
the same company, same seawall.
okay. Don, none of this and the lines and anything is gonna interfere with dredging?
No, sir.
No?
We'll go
The
short,
channel, the
short.
channel's gonna be 4 feet deeper, is that what
Yep.
you said?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I have nothing else.
okay. Anything else? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I will make a motion,
to approve the petitioner's request for a final plan for a one-lot subdivision to incorporate Christopher B. Burke's letter of February 13th with it.
I'll second it.
Who says that? All right, motion by Mr. Carnahan, second by, Mr. Wilkening. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Ms. Dessauer? Yes. Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Capora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Enjoy
Thank
your
you
new
very
home.
much.
You're gonna miss us a little bit.
You come here at least once or twice a
You're not-
month to take a look.
You can still come back anytime.
Are you leaving? You're leaving? Hey, these lakefront people, hang around.
We'll have to have a big party when everything's done.
There you go. When you're on your boat, you can swing by. Yeah.
Finally, everybody.
All right, number 2, Cedar Lake Storage rezone. Owner, Cedar Lake Storage LLC, care of this law, 12632 Wicker Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Petitioner, Nathan D. Viss, 12632 Wicker Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Vicinity of 9019 West 133rd Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Petitioner is requesting a rezone from M1 to B2.
He's online via Zoom tonight.
Mr. Viss?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, how are you this evening?
Good. Shoot away.
Good. All right, yes, as you have before you this evening is a request to rezone from M1 to B2. This has received prior approval over the course. I think about 10 days ago, we went through a final version with both myself, Ms. Abernathy, as well as Mr. Austin, as to the zoning commitment that you had requested, you wanted tied to the property. Public notices have been properly sent out and distributed, so we're prepared this evening to seek your approval for this zone change with the contingency of the zoning use commitment tied thereto as well to be recorded against the property.
Okay, I just, are legals in order?
They are.
Okay. Engineer, any comments on this?
No, sir.
Are there any remonstrators for or against? Any remonstrators for or against?
There's nobody online either.
Nobody online?
No, sir.
Public is closed. Building department?
As Nathan stated, we actually have the zoning commitment finalized and in its final form, so it doesn't need to be contingent on any additional work. Any decision tonight would be a recommendation and including that zoning commitment to go with the rezone.
Your recommendation to
To town council, yes,
town
sir.
council. Commissioners?
One question. You said no contingencies.
Nothing?
Everything is tied up with this one. We're not making a contingent on legal review. We're not
Okay.
making a contingent
Nothing
on
else.
staff cleanup for that zoning commitment. It's all in order at this time.
Everything's
you.
in order?
Thank you.
Everything's in
Go.
order.
Okay, if, no comments there, I will entertain a motion for a, recommendation to the town council for, rezoning from M1 to B2.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a favorable recommendation to the town council regarding Cedar Lake Storage rezone. Petitioner, requesting the rezone from M1 to B2.
Okay, I need a second? I'll second it. Have a motion by Mr. Wilkening, seconded by Mr. Becker. Any discussion?
I have a quick question. Does that motion and second include for the zoning commitment to go as well?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Okay, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Ms. Dessauer?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Capora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You were making a motion, it sounded like you were way off someplace. That is just,
Oh, okay. Are you dialed in? I can always text you.
Number 3, Faith Church site plan. Owner petitioner, Faith Reformed Church, Inc., Brian Ford, 181st Avenue, Dyer, Indiana. Vicinity of 6729 West 133rd Avenue, Cedar Lake. petitioner is requesting the site plan approval for expansion on the existing Safe Church building and parking lot. Hi, Jack.
Good evening, Jack Hulse from DVG, representing the petitioner this evening. Pastor Dave Wiedenhoff is also in the audience here. We've been in front of you a number of times regarding this petition. We're anticipating a building expansion, and along with that, there are some site improvements for additional parking, which include some additional sidewalk around the building, some curb and gutter, additional pavement, detention pond improvements, site lighting, and that kind of stuff. All that's gone through Don for review, and obviously he'll give us a report. And so we anticipate your feedback on this.
Okay, I know you were before the BZA, and you got a variance for the height of the building. It was contingent upon review of legals, and Ashley tells me that that has all been cleared, and so that variance has been granted for that matter. Okay, Don, do you have anything on this?
February 16th, letter recommending approval with 6 contingencies. I'll go through them briefly. One is to record detention easements over the new detention layout in the south and the new detention basin on the north. Those will be recorded after they are constructed and will be basically part of their as-built review. For us to verify some of their downspout locations, to verify some of their trib areas when they finalize their MEP plans. Those will also support the photometrics we've seen as well that we're okay with. An as-built contingency regarding their datum.
Could you tell me what NET stands for?
MET stands for Mechanical Electrical Plumbing Plan.
Okay.
So they haven't gotten to the nitty-gritty of the inside of the building just yet, so that'll be vetted out during that process. We'll see that prior to a building permit being issued. As-built datum, and then we're recommending a cash or check payment in the amount of $3,821 for the remainder of the sidewalk extension from their entrance off 133rd to their east property line. The reason we're recommending that is because we're going to be extending that water line. The terminal water valve is actually in that radius. So we're going to have to dig that up here with the 133rd project. So it would be our recommendation to include that sidewalk fee as part of that project whenever it goes, because otherwise we're going to have to rip everything up that they put in. So that was actually a contingency of the original development, that they would construct it at some later point. But now that we have an idea about kind of some of the improvements heading east, we recommend that it be paid now and just be put into,
Okay.
and be put into a fund that can be included in the construction when the town does that project. The other 2 contingencies would be formal signature on their operation maintenance manual for their stormwater system, and then an MS4 inspection fee of $1,500 to be paid prior to building permit.
Okay. Building department.
Good.
You covered my update that they got approval at VBVA. Their cards came in good the next day. Jack got them to me the very next morning. So we've had no comments or concerns at the building department level for the expansion of this. Everything has looked good from a building department standpoint.
Good. Any commissioners' discussion?
I can't recall, does the street lights go up that far? The street lights?
Decorative, the decorative?
Yeah.
The decorative streetlights, no, they do not.
They don't
Or I don't know if
they
they're
don't
part
go-
of the town project.
They don't go
beyond
past Fairbanks, I don't believe.
Be nice if we had them now.
I'd like to see one there, people walking to church.
See one where?
On
In
the
front of your
sidewalk?
church part. On 133rd, north of Fairbanks, east of Fairbanks. Would there be lighting out there for people walking?
That, I'm surprised by the request. It's public right of way, already granted, already built in. We're not doing anything in that area.
I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Are there lights on those poles out there? I don't know if theirs are
I
not.
don't-
The two fronting ones are not decorative, I know that.
They're NIPSCO.
They're NIPSCO poles.
Yeah.
And I requested, and I think you're working on it, Don, to get a street light put there at, 133rd and Fairbanks, because when the Golo shuts their lights off at night, you can't hardly see, and I was told you're working on getting one of them there.
It's a slow process, but yes.
I had a couple questions.
Yeah.
That picture, is that the pond to the left and to the north of the building now? With those trees, what is that?
There is no pond
There is
in
no
front right
pond
now.
up front currently.
Okay, then, this picture I'm looking at here is a similar picture, and it looks like it's water in the north.
Which picture are you looking at?
Picture with the orange, border around it. I heard you say something about the north retention pond.
So they are creating a
We're
north
building
pond
one.
up there, they're building one.
Oh, so this is
Not there now.
this is
It'd be
this is
brand new.
a impression?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay. And then, in the back, the pond's gonna continue south from what we see there now?
Correct, yeah.
All the way back to the offset?
Yeah, and what we've done, so the original pond supported parking lot expansions,
Mhm.
and it has grown to a point where it no longer serves the impervious area that is being developed. This current design considers all of the property to be impervious. There's not a design for that right now, but we're anticipating that at some point in the future, there may be additional parking, additional buildings, of which we would come before you for approval on, but we don't have to dig up a pond.
You had
And
mentioned,
so we've accommodated for that in this design.
yeah, you had mentioned that the pond was gonna be,
Yeah.
one more time, that's it. Cover everything.
This is it, yeah, for the whole site. And that's why we're doing the pond up in the north as well.
So the entrance and everything's gonna stay the same?
Mhm.
So it's gonna be normal traffic, in and out?
Yeah, so I mean, what we're actually.
Certain times of the day it'll be busy and certain times it won't?
Yeah, 99% of the time on the days, there's not much traffic at that. My understanding, the church, hires, town staff to facilitate, ingress and egress, particularly on special events, type Sundays like Easter and Christmas and that type of thing.
Do you mean traffic direction?
Yeah, for directing traffic at that intersection.
And that would be at the cost of the church going forward?
They already do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already pay.
I was asked this question, so it was gonna come up.
Yeah, for sure, yeah, so that, I believe they hire, Cedar Lake.
Police. Okay.
And officers to come out and direct traffic there.
And that would continue going forward?
And that would continue going forward, correct. Actually, the intent of this, so currently there's 3 services there, so there's a lot of in and out on Sunday morning. By being able to reduce the number of services to either 1 or 2, if there was 2, they would be able to spread the times apart a little bit farther. There's only 1, there may be more traffic at that time, but it's in one direction.
I got you.
And so that will help, in that area as well.
Okay. How many, along the west side there, are a lot of those trees gonna stay?
Yeah, so me and Don had a lot of conversation about this. We are gonna,
Because there's some things behind those trees you probably don't wanna see.
yeah, so yes, we're planning on, and we also want to be good neighbors.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
There's residential neighborhood there. So the trees are planning to stay. There's about 25 feet, I believe, between, maybe even 30, from, the edge. And there was some consideration in the future to do a parking lot expansion that way, but when we started to vet that out, we
You had
decided not
that,
to.
you had that prototyped on one of the sheets that you had
Yeah,
given us.
so we actually put curb and gutter along that whole side.
Okay.
So there's not gonna be any further expansion to the west. So the trees will remain there. Similarly, where it says, what east of the pond, in that corner, the trees will remain there. So we wanna be, good neighbors. We're also, so that, provides us with that buffer yard. We also, the photometrics show that there's no light spill on the adjacent properties, so,
Fantastic.
yep.
Yeah, that was asked to stay to meet their screening requirements. Because they're actually quite a bit higher than their west property boundary, probably 3 feet,
Yeah.
give or take. So they're kind of up.
Yeah, okay. That's all I got.
Any other discussion? Okay, if none, then I'll entertain a motion, requesting for site plan approval for an expansion on the existing Faith Church building and parking lot, contingent upon, Don's letter of 2/16, was it?
Correct.
2/16/2024.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Parker, second by Mr. Wilkening. Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Ms. Dessauer? Yes. Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Capora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0.
Thank you very much for your time.
Number 4, Beacon Point East, Unit 4, reduction of performance letter of credit.
We have a letter dated January 17th. For this one, this is the north unit in Beacon East. We're recommending a reduction to the maximum allowable amount, which turns out to be $359,608.00.
And as directed and requested, the bank is providing new letters for each reduction requested.
Providing new letters.
Correct. That was the direction of the planning commission. That is what the bank has provided.
And that's People's Bank.
Correct.
Any discussion?
No, sir.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to reduce the performance letter of credit to the amount of $359,608 as addressed in the CBB letter on January 17th.
Second.
I'll second it.
A motion by Ms. Dessauer, seconded by Mr. Becker. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Ms. Dessauer?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Capora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Number 5, Beacon Point, Unit 6, reduction of performance letter of credit.
So this would be the southern phase of Beacon Point West, which is shown on the screen. Similarly, we're recommending a reduction to the maximum allowable amount, which in this case is $133,733.95. The June 18th letter is attached. January, sorry.
Skipping ahead.
Skipping ahead a little bit.
Any discussion?
No,
I'll
sir.
entertain a motion.
This is also with People's Bank.
I'll make a motion to approve the reduction of performance letter of credit to the amount of $133,733.95, referencing the CBB letter of January 18th, 2024.
I'll second that.
Who was that? I'm not recognizing voice.
I'll
You
second
did?
that, yep.
Have a motion by Ms. Dessauer, seconded by Mr. Wilkening. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Ms. Dessauer?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Capora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Number 6, Beacon Point, Unit 7, reduction of performance letter of credit.
All right, this is Unit 7 in Beacon Point West, immediately north of Unit 6. We are also recommending a reduction to the maximum allowable amount. In this case, it is $309,673.13 from our January 18th letter.
Any discussion?
No.
I'll entertain a motion on this.
I'll go ahead and take this one as well. I'd like to approve the reduction of performance letter of credit to the amount of $309,673.13, referencing the CBB letter of January 18th, 2024.
I'll second it.
We have a motion by Ms. Dessauer, seconded by Mr. Wilkening. Roll call,
That is
please.
with People's Bank also.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Ms. Dessauer?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Capora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Number 7, Lakeside Unit 2, Block 1, reduction of performance letter of credit.
All right, this is Lakeside Unit 2, Block 1. This will be the kind of 50-plus lots south of the original Lakeside there, west of the pond. And this is also a recommendation to reduce it to the maximum allowable amount. In this case, it's $605,505.40 on our letter dated January 22nd.
Any discussion?
No, sir.
Motion, please.
I know, I might as well go right. I'll make a motion to approve the reduction of performance letter of credit to the amount of $605,505.40, referencing the CBB letter of January 22nd, 2024.
I'll second it.
Motion by, Ms. Stashower, seconded by Mr. Wilkie.
And it's also People's Bank.
Thank you, Bob. I left that one out 4 times. Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mrs. Stashower?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkie?
Yes.
Mr. Capura?
Yes, motion carried, 7-0. Update item, Beacon Point West, Unit 5, proposed letter of credit expires May 19th, 2024.
For this one, we're holding right now at the minimum allowable reduction. My guess is that they'll do an extension probably for 6 months, because I don't think they're at 80% build out to get pavement down, but they're close.
67.8% filled out at the beginning, well, actually a week ago.
So it'll be close. We'll keep an eye on that one. We got some time before it expires.
Okay. Number 2, Hanover Community School Corp., performance letter of credit expires May 24th, 2024.
I am finishing up my fact finding for the town council. I'm just having one of my staff members kind of take a look over, making sure I've not missed anything. I want to make sure that what I'm giving to the town council is 100% accurate, and that meeting has been scheduled between the town council and the Hanover School Corporation for that project.
We were contacted by Stuart Allen at Terang, Terang Engineering. They have been hired by Skillman to complete as-bills, but they said it's going to be likely, what was the email?
30 to 45 days.
30 to 45 days. So, when we expire on May 24th. So, it'll be tight. If they come back clean and everything's good, then we're good, but if there's any punch list items on it, which we kind of are anticipating them, the likelihood to extend. They probably can reduce, if they so choose, but we'll have to see what we get. This would be the first round of as-bills we've seen. So
how long is it gonna take you to review all those?
I mean, it's primarily water items. The only other items in the letter of credit were for them to finish the sidewalk gap along 141st. So we can do that right now, that's not a problem. It's just a matter of some depth issues that we know exist out there. And then we'll see where that leads.
Stormwater issues you're talking about?
No, water main. So the letter of credit is only for public infrastructure, and the only public infrastructure in there is the water main, particularly. They'll do detention basin as-built as well, just to check volumes, but those are private ponds, so they're not part of the letter of credit.
Okay.
Okay, everybody good? All right, public comment. Public comment? Boy, there was a bunch last night, nobody today, huh?
Nobody's online.
You're not going to 11 o'clock.
Public comment is closed. Commissioners have anything?
I have one question for Don.
Yeah.
Don, Beacon Point East, Unit 4.
Yeah.
That 359, was that for the work to do the pond?
It's not, that's under Unit 1.
Well, that's the other
And that is remaining in performance.
You are asked that every single meeting.
I was gonna say something,
Something like
but-
on the wall. It's Unit 1.
Yeah, Unit 1's maintaining in performance. That was extended.
I didn't remember, but that's the dollar amount that seemed very familiar.
They're probably coincidentally similar, but they're different.
I'm the guy that doesn't remember. Anything else? If not, we're adjourned.